A Course in Miracles. Lessons 361 to 365. Day 3. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, he will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will he also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of him. He is in charge by my request, and he will hear and answer me, because he speaks for God my Father and his Holy Son. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. Lesson 363, Day 3. The passenger who thought he was the engine. Yesterday ended with the quiet question: if nothing was ever driven, what was the journey for? Imagine someone who has spent their entire life believing they were the engine of a train. Not a passenger, not a conductor, the engine. They believed every mile moved because of their effort. Every stop depended on their vigilance. Every delay was their fault. Every jolt in the track was something they should have anticipated, corrected, optimized. So they strained. They memorized schedules. They studied maps. They obsessed over destinations. They blamed themselves for weather. They took credit for smooth rides. And they were exhausted. One day, sitting quietly between stations, something subtle happens. No drama, no explosion. Just a pause long enough to notice something honest. They realize they are sitting in a seat. They feel the vibration of motion beneath them, but they are not producing it. The train does not slow when they stop concentrating. It does not speed up when they try harder. It does not derail when they momentarily forget to manage it. The train moves whether they think about it or not. That's when the question arises, not intellectually, but viscerally. What if I was never the engine? And then the deeper one. If I was never the engine, what was the journey for? This holy instant would I give to you. This is the moment effort is mistaken for movement no longer. The holy instant is not a moment in time. It is the moment time loses authority. If nothing was ever driven, then the journey was never about getting somewhere. It was never about progress, improvement, or arrival. Those only matter to an engine trying to justify its labor. A passenger does not measure worth by miles traveled. Be you in charge. By day 3, this line can no longer be heard as surrender to a higher manager. There is no manager. It means the false job title dissolves. The mind is not being told to obey. It is being relieved of a role it never held. That is why peace follows automatically. And if I need a word, that will he give to me. If I need a thought, that will he also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil, open mind, notice how the lesson descends instead of ascends. Day 1 paused thinking. Day 2 exposed control. Day 3 dissolves purpose as the ego defines it. The mind no longer asks, "What should I do next?" It asks something far more disarming. Do I even need to do anything at all right now? Often the answer is no. And that no feels like relief, not loss. So what was the journey for? Not to reach peace. Peace was never absent. Not to earn truth. Truth was never withheld. The journey was for misidentification to exhaust itself, for the engine fantasy to burn out, for effort to collapse under its own weight, for the mind to finally admit it cannot make itself whole. Only then does remembering happen. Not as fireworks, but as rest. The train keeps moving. Life keeps unfolding. Words arrive when needed. Thoughts arise when useful. Stillness remains when nothing is required. And the passenger finally sits back. Day 3 distilled. Lesson 363 is where the journey stops being meaningful and starts being transparent. Nothing was ever driven. Nothing was ever managed. Nothing was ever at risk. The journey was not to get somewhere. It was to discover that you were never the one who needed to move. Tomorrow goes deeper, because next comes the most unsettling realization of all. If the journey wasn't for arrival, what if it was only for remembering who never left?